But I'm not gonna get on social media and start telling people what I don't like about what a black man did. Ask me about what some white man did, and then I'll tell you if I liked it or not.
There was a big debate that I had on our platform, and I want to see where this lands with you, because I see you as someone, again, that is building, doing for self. That's something that we can go all the way back with Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam teaching, like, do for self. And one aspect of it, you have black folks that are doing for self, but the other part of it is they're doing for self, but also then trying to get elevated into a white space. And I want to talk about, like, Deion Sanders. Did you think he should have left Jackson State?
I don't want to talk about other people,
Okay.
and my opinions on other people. That feels catty to me. You got to ask me about me.
That's fine.
Yeah. Like, I feel like if Deion was like, if I say like something bad, I'd be like, if somebody does that to me, I'd be like, yo, why are you even talking about me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
would it be fair if I asked, would you have left?
I don't know. I'm not knocking no man's hustle because I'm not there. So I don't really like talking about other people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless I have a personal experience with them. So if me and him was like kicking it and shit, then I could be able to tell you what he did. But it's not for me to judge other people. I don't like do that, and I don't put myself in those positions. Right. I just know what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. He might want to play with his son. You know what I mean? Like, whatever happened, that's that man's business. He could do what he want to do.
Right. And I definitely respect that. You know, I see you as a voice in our community to kind of.
But not to talk bad about nobody else. My thing is, if I have something bad to say about somebody from my culture, I'm gonna keep that to myself. But I'm not gonna get on social media and start telling people what I don't like about what a black man did. Ask me about what some white man did, and then I'll tell you if I liked it or not.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you about the Vlad and all that then?
What about him?
I watched the interview that he had with a gentleman on his platform, and I was a little bit bothered to hear the rhetoric between them, and they kind of made it seem like they kind of downplayed what you've done and what you've accomplished. Did you catch wind of this?
Vlad, I don't care about Vlad. You know, people that aren't from our culture, that make people from our culture talk about other people from our culture for a living, God will deal with him. Vlad's just butthurt because, you know, he had bad, like, you know.
It was, as a fan, it was just concerning.
No, that's
like
good. Let me just tell you something.
Yeah.
There's always going to be, if you're making moves, you have to expect that people are going to talk bad about you, and it becomes obvious. So to me, someone that's so desperate to bring my name up, I have nothing to do with that guy. He's not in my realm. He should, and again, I said, yo, keep my name out your mouth, you know, but like, if you don't want to, don't. Either way, you know, but everybody knows what that is. You know, it's a quintessential example of someone from another culture trying to paint a hero to as a bad guy to our culture. Right. That's like normal shit. So now that he's doing it and we know it, then we know, just like you said, you should ask that man. Yeah. Be like, yo, why are you talking about somebody from my culture like that? Correct. You should talk to him about that. But my opinion on it don't matter. You know, it don't. But I didn't even hear, like, I hear like he says shit here and there all the time, but he's not on my timeline. Yeah. That's not the vibration I'm on. Niggas that talk about niggas, white people that talk about niggas, white people that talk about white people, all of that shit. I think that's corny. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only talk about me or people I have like an experience with. Like, I'm not in that industry of that. And I'm not knocking anybody else, but it's just not me. That's just my opinion on it. Like, I think everyone's entitled to their own opinion, as long as they don't hurt nobody. Judgment is somebody's opinion on what they did on their own life. That's not what I'm sitting around doing. I got no time to be worried about what other people are doing. Not at all. I'm only worried about what I'm doing. What other people are doing do not affect me. So I'm not sitting around analyzing what they're doing. Nothing. If somebody does something that's G, then I'll be like, that was fly, and I might emulate it, and I'll talk about that.
Okay.
But I see corny shit all day. That's why I live out here.
That's the frequency, unfortunately, right?
That's not my frequency. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not in that world, in that realm.
One thing I heard, just talking about your career, and we could stay in that space, is more like the big pimping and regretting that. Why did you regret doing that?
Because I don't want nobody. I regret that because I don't want nobody doing that to my daughter. So anything that I've done that someone could do to my daughter, I regret doing that. Because karmically, you know, no girl should have to feel nothing that I don't want my daughter or my moms to feel. My moms ain't here. So that was what it is. It just was disrespectful at the time, but I was a kid.
What's the biggest thing that you learned?
I was drunk.
Yeah, what's the biggest thing that you learned when you got when you start making like real money, you know, and
What
and
makes
that
you
could be
think
the
I
fun.
stopped making real money?
Say that again.
You said when I started making real money?
Yeah, like
or
when you
stopped making real
started.
money? Oh, I was like, what?
Started.
That money doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
Money doesn't make you happy. That's what I learned. That, you know, everyone I know that has volumes of money is like generally very unhappy. And that money doesn't make you cool. It sometimes makes you corny because then you'll be only worried about money. That money is the devil. Money is the evilest form of existence and it separates everybody and it makes everybody worry. People will do anything for money, even gossip.
You got podcast niggas. That's what I was thinking about when you used to use the term chatty patty. There's a whole form of like brothers with podcasts and they just talking. Yeah.
Good luck to them.
As far as like, you know, just your wisdom and your nuggets, what do you think is the main message that you would deliver to Black America for the ones that like are trying to figure out their path?
Be confident. Don't listen to or believe anything that's been told you until now. And don't complain unless you have a solution. But there are solutions, and stick together with your brothers and sisters and respect women. Period. And don't do anything just for money. And that's not just for Black people, that's for anybody. You know, people in general. The fact that we are even separated by color and religion is all meant to divide us so we can't get nothing done. And it's an obvious trick. The division thing, whether it's culturally or humanity, it's all meant so that we can stay stagnant. And, you know, just harping on petty shit is what's keeping us from really paying attention to the things that matter. Because there are ways to help. There are solutions. But if you stay with your brain stuck in the wrong distraction, then nothing's gonna get done. And you're gonna wake up with wrinkles, old, and missing out on making history. And talking about what you could have did and blaming it on somebody else. And then you're gonna be angry. And then you're gonna overcompensate because you're mad at yourself. So be free, be artistic, don't worry about bubblegum shit. Don't let money motherfucking make you compromise your integrity or your values. And fight. Don't go to sleep till you got enough money to pay for your kids and your girl. Don't smoke that weed if you can't pay a bill. And you might not need those sneakers if you can't pay a bill. And you might not need to go out. You know, most people go out as an escape to a life they hate. Create a life you love so you want to stay in. But you have to architect that. You have to visualize that. And don't pay attention to the distractions, the negative bullshit, and what other people are doing. Because none of that shit matters.